Hey, everybody. Welcome to the game. Great American Experience happens once again. I'm the Wizard of Oz. This is not my show, but I'm the guy behind the curtain pushing buttons, making it happen. So let's let the links navigate and the notifications go out and see how tonight party goes. And then those of you that need a link, here we go in the background. Grab a link, come on in. Let's get this party started. It's raining and it ain't gonna stop. And it's going to turn into snow. Then they're talking we might get a foot of snow. Then it's going to get freezing cold like Arctic, and then it'll get iced on top of it. So it's going to be a mess. Hey, Honeycomb, welcome in. You're always a day late and a dollar short, huh? Yeah. Well, there's always one sure way to start off a good party. Fire in the bowl. Get this party started. Would help if I had a pipe that's loaded. So there we go. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hey, there's my Huckleberry. Hey, Huckleberry, how you doing?
Just fine. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Staying dry, I hope.
Yep. You guys gonna get a snowstorm?
That's what they say. Of course, it didn't start raining until well after dark here.
A little behind then.
Yeah, they said it was going to be raining like this morning. It didn't start until about 7. Yeah, there was a couple sprinkles throughout the evening, but
Nothing much.
right, not nothing worth talking about. Just duck out of it, and by the time you ducked out, it would stop.
Yeah.
Fire in the bowl. Yeah, so but it's raining out there good enough. Ranger came in.
Helm out.
Yep, big old sweetie. Yeah, he don't like getting wet.
He don't mind the snow
Yeah,
though, does he?
he don't mind this cold. He don't mind the snow. He just don't like getting wet. It's so cute.
Do you dry him off or anything?
Yeah, he like if I don't, he'll come begging for it.
Aw.
Yeah, he don't like getting wet. So.
I need to go get my tablet so I can see if anybody's in chat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I gotta be on
Okay.
too. Because if I try to check chat, I press the wrong button.
Right.
Okay. I don't think I lost you, did I?
Nope.
You there? Okay.
So how's Freya? You shaved that squirrel yet?
Oh, she's never mind. Yeah, she shaved. Um, yeah, I'm ready to let her out. She wants to go free pretty bad.
No, she don't. She just wants to run around the house. She don't want to run outside.
Well, we'll see. She loved being
Yep.
up the tree.
She's like, I
I
just see a
don't
naked
have.
squirrel running
I
around the
don't have.
house. Naked squirrel.
Yeah. Is anybody in yet?
Let's see. There's Honeycomb, and there's Victoria or Mrs. Sausage Gravy Biscuit, and Elvis, and there's like 5 people in there, 6 people. Yeah, that the numbers show anyway. So it's probably like about 8 or 9. And there's
Lurkers.
yeah. How you doing, Mama Don? How you doing? We're bracing to get. We're getting ready to get like a foot of snow. They were saying possibly. Elvis, if you shave that squirrel, Wiz will eat it.
Behave.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
never
I
tried
can't.
to skin a live squirrel though.
Oh, well, I heard it's fun.
I had to put little gloves on his feet and his so it don't
Yeah.
scratch you. Think he's gonna get mad when you cut his skin off, huh?
Uh, I'm not gonna shoot squirrels anymore. We love squirrels now. Oh, there's Evie. Hi,
Hi,
Evie.
Evie. She's lurking. Hold on a second. This is lurker night, so rainy days and Tuesdays. Come on, grab a link. Come on up. This is lurker night. All those lurkers out there, come on up on screen. This is your night. It's lurker night.
Yeah, all ladies up here, and then we can talk about GHPs.
Honeycomb says, "Save the squirrels." Hey, Valentine, how you doing?
Hi, Valentine.
Come on up. See, you don't got to show your picture or anything. Just come on screen, and you don't have to show your face. Just have a little icon. She's got her squirrel on her icon there, and
I'm trying to change it. It won't let me, but I always press the wrong button when I try to change it. So it's how it is right now. I want to get a picture up there, but
right.
come on, Evie.
Yeah, come on up, Evie. Valentine. Valentine's been up here before too.
Yeah, she's supposed to come up with me.
And Mama Don, she could come up. She's been up here before.
Oh, this
Oh no,
thing.
there's singularity. There goes the
Oh,
neighborhood.
shit.
What's up, Sing?
Don't come up. Don't.
Jay Z, how you doing? Welcome in. Jay Z 420. Oh, you put an O on the end of that. Oh man, yeah, I need to put that down for a minute. Hey, how are you?
Hello.
How, Mama Don? This is Huckleberry. Huckleberry.
Hi, Mama Dawn.
Hi,
Hello?
Huckleberry. Nice to meet you.
You too?
Oh, you still got that other window open, don't you?
Who?
Um, Mama Don. Mama Don.
Are you getting feedback from me?
Well, we're hearing the other tab. Yeah, it's playing back into itself. You got to turn
Hi,
the
Zoom.
volume up on the StreamYard tab and mute.
What am I doing wrong?
You got to mute the YouTube tab and listen to the sound only on the StreamYard tab. It's okay. Most people do it when they first start out.
73 viewers.
Huh?
73 viewers. They did a raid.
Hey,
Okay.
rock on. What's up? Dear Butch. Zoom, Miriam. Welcome in.
Okay, is that better, guys?
Yeah, that's better. Good.
Sorry about that.
Hey, Mac. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just welcoming in everybody. Welcome, Auto Raiders. Yeah, the Canadians are like, we're here for a month. We didn't do shit till the last minute, but we'll be here for a month at least. Trudeau's in hiding. I heard what Colonel Shaw said the other night. He was spotted in Germany. Yeah, so Trudeau's on the run. He's scared for his life. I think it's funny. Next thing you know, they're going to call it the trucker insurrection. Not kidding. All those racist flags up there with the big maple leaves on them.
I think in one province they had the RCMP out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're trying to shut down one border, but I don't know if it was way up in the, Northern Territories or where.
Well, that's right. You guys got checkpoints between territories, don't you?
Yes, sir.
That's right. It's not just the national border. They got borders around their states. Checkpoints to go in and out of their other, like if you were to go to New York or Maryland, yeah, you'd have a checkpoint to go through to enter there. That's what they have to do. That's so messed up. I'm sorry to hear about that, man. But seems like they might have a solution. They got Trudeau running. He's running away. Oops, I got COVID. Going into quarantine. Sorry. See you later.
I just got so pissed off today that I put a comment underneath a video saying, come on, Trudeau, get off your ass and get out there and say something publicly so that it looks like you're not hiding from them. You know what I mean? It's just, I get so frustrated that, you can't do anything about it, but all you can do is just, pass a word on or something,
Right. Oh, he's doing these little clips of him standing outside of a building and you know what I'm saying? That kind of
that
stuff.
could have been done before he went into hiding, though.
Say what?
It could have, I don't know if it was filmed before he left Ottawa or went into hiding. or where he could be, because you're getting mixed. Well, I'm finding out through my cousin up in Canada that I'm getting different messages that, he's not very far from the Parliament building in Ottawa. He's overseas, or, we have no idea where he's at.
Right, right. And that's not how things are supposed to be, right?
No, he was supposed to be in isolation until today because supposedly he was subjected to the coof. But again, you don't know what is true and what's not because you're hearing BS through the media and all that. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fact. Welcome in, Carpenter. I like your thinking. Ladies' night at the game. So yeah, come on up, ladies. But yeah, no, I just no, I think it's awesome. Um, I think it's beyond past time that we do something too. I know you guys are ahead of us in that respect down that road. You know what I'm saying? As far as
yeah.
Canada goes. So
But I understand that the U.S. truckers are also starting their own little convoy and trying to show the Canadian truckers that they're with them.
right. But yeah, that's they're doing a whole just walking out kind of thing going on
Yeah.
here. Yeah. So they're just leaving their jobs.
Wow.
Yeah. They're stepping out of the trucks and refusing to drive.
I think the biggest thing out there right now is the um, controversy in regards to the homeless people and that the truckers are creating havoc and doing all this abuse towards them. Meanwhile, what they're really doing is helping them out in the way of making sure that they're eating, that the um the places where I can't think of the word, I don't know if it's hospice or what, but they're actually helping, they're not hindering the homeless, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And of course the media is turning it all around to make the truckers look like assholes, excuse me for saying.
No, you're fine. You're fine. That's what it's about here. Just talk your mind. But yeah, no, that's exactly, you know, they were trying to make them look like the January 6th people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Yeah,
insurrection. They're coming down to shut down the government. It's all
exactly.
insurrection. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Come on, Huckleberry, speak, speak, speak. You're muted. There you go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I don't want to take over the
Oh,
chat.
no, no, no. You're interesting. I like to hear you talk.
Oh, thanks. Was it my
Um,
accent to get you?
oh, yeah, I'm a sucker for accents. Sing wanted me to read this to you, Wiz. He said it's
Okay.
ladies' night. Okay, it's ladies' night on the panel tonight. We are allowing Emerald because we aren't sure about him yet.
Well, that's a pop in the jaw. That's one in the jaw. Yeah. Oh man, come on up here, Miriam. Grab a link. Get you another
Yeah.
link.
Come on, Miriam. You don't have to. You can use an icon. You don't got to be all pretty.
She says, "But I gotta do my hair."
Where's Nightingale?
I don't know. It's about 10 o'clock. She usually comes on around 10:30.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, We support all patriots either side of the border. You're damn right, Rusty.
Exactly.
It's all about freedom.
Yep.
Rest of them can kiss our ass.
Somebody had to start the ball rolling and tell them we've had enough of this dictatorship.
Yeah, it just blows me away. You guys got people in prison for having church, holding church. And that just blows me away. You know,
Having can you expand on what you're saying? I don't know.
well, the pastors, they've arrested and jailed some of these pastors who uh, had decided just they're going to have normal services at church.
No way.
But yeah, there was a big article about it because it was mentioned in a few of the like the Tucker Carlson interview coverage and stuff like that. And I looked it up, and there's a couple articles where they have like at least they were talking about two or three of them that in the article I
Huh.
seen that were actually imprisoned for holding church services, stuff like that at the church or
That
something.
doesn't sound right.
I know, right?
That's really messed up.
Yeah, yeah. That's Tucker Carlson did a really good um, report on this.
Huh.
Talks about a lot of that stuff. You might want to look at Tucker Carlson's show page. In fact, I get the link for you. Hold on a second. It's a little hard to find if you're just looking for his page only. But here, I'll put it in chat. And he's got a whole. I'll put it in private chat too, so you can grab it there if you want.
Okay, thanks.
There you go. That's in there.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's bizarre stuff. Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, what the hell? You know?
I don't know. I feel really bad for my family and friends that are up there when all this BS started with Trudeau and demanding that everybody get the vaccine and had to wear masks, and they're just, I just can feel bad for them because I can't do anything. I just feel so helpless.
I know. Well, same here about our country. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
I mean, yeah, I could go make a dent before they kill me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it wouldn't be a very big dent, I don't think. And I'm sure the media would cover it up or exploit it, one or
yeah,
the other.
or flip it some way or another.
Mhm. Yeah. Another Missouri madman,
Yeah.
lost his mind and went stupid. And
I just kind of wonder if these people in government are just following each other's steps. It's like, oh, okay, he's doing that. I might as well do it.
well, that's the thing. It's a fraternal organization. These parties, they're like frats. Think about it. They're fraternal organizations. You have to pledge to get into them. And there's some shit that they do on your hazing that they can hold over your head, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, they love extortion. So that's one of their tools. But man, Yeah, I got to plug in my phone before it dies out. Oh. Been cloud cover here all day. We were expecting rain this morning, but it didn't start raining until like about 7 o'clock. So at least there's that, you
Yep.
know.
Do you have warm temperatures though, or is it
It's fairly warm.
cold?
It's getting there. By by morning it should be below freezing and snowing. It's all gonna turn into snow.
Lovely.
Oh yeah.
And all that rain will freeze.
Yes, ma'am. I'll have to boil some water to clear off the panels for tomorrow. Just to get the ice off of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah. It's always a pain in the ass because the edge of the roof is the lowest point, so that's where all the water goes when you throw it up there.
Oh,
So
Hey, Miss Miriam.
you got to use your brain when you do that, you know.
Right.
Hey Kay, hey Shadowman, rock on. What's up, buddy? You're Butch. Oh man, I know Carpenter Patriots out there too. Aaron, how are you doing? Yeah, freezing rain is scary. Yep.
Hey, Sing, how you doing? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Oz.
Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Oh no. See, she's more busy with chat, even when she's up on the screen. I think that's funny.
I pay attention to the chat. Unlike some.
I pay attention to the chat mostly.
I know, y'all are getting better.
Right? Ray
Well,
T.
Hey, Platoon.
Sing's down there saying bad stuff. I might have to go down and bitch slap him.
It's okay to talk over him. We'll ask Battery.
I just saw that comment.
Oh God, that's funny shit. But yeah, it's I got everything prepped though for the storm. I think for the most part, so should be fine.
Got enough pie?
No, that's the only thing I don't have enough of. I'm
Oh,
short.
damn.
I know I'm gonna be short on pie. I'm gonna have to. Well, the second day they'll have the road situation under control. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure, and I'll be able to go to town and get. I have 2 days worth of pie. Since I don't have a pie maiden here to make me pie, otherwise I'd have. I got all the makings for pie.
Ah, okay.
I just don't have no pie maker.
Dang.
No, no comment.
We used to tease Huckleberry. She's going to be my pie maiden. That's what
We
she
should get all the women together and make a whole boatload of pies.
That would be awesome. Oh hell yeah! I have a thing going on there where I'm like I want to be the taste tester and see who's got the best pie.
That'd be a terrible job.
Oh yeah, it'd be horrible. I have to have another piece of that just to make sure.
Like, need to wash it down another piece.
Mhm.
Right. Well, this year we're having multiple blue ribbon winners.
I got 2 blue ribbons at our local fair.
Did you?
Yeah.
For your
I
pie?
got from my huckleberry pie and oh, come on. Oh, and it's another one called funny pie.
Bunny pie?
What?
Funny. Haha, funny.
Shoe five.
Funny pie.
What's that?
Uh, it has like a white cake batter, and you make a fudge sauce, and you put the batter down first, and then you pour the fudge sauce over it, and you bake it. And then when it comes out, all the fudge is on the bottom, and the good white moist cake's on top.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they call it funny pie because it switches places.
Oh, okay.
It bakes down through, and then you have a fudgy bottom. But when you pour it on, you wouldn't think that would happen, so that's why they call it that.
Oh,
It's really
That sounds
good.
really good.
well. I think the most interesting pie I ever had was we had friend of mine's wife. He made she didn't have any fruit to make the pie with, so she grabbed a can of that the fruit mix in a can. What do they call that? Like you would add to Jello. It's got the little pieces of strawberry and fruit salad
Ambrosia?
kind of thing.
Oh.
It's mixed fruit. It's got cherries and pears and all mixed fruit in it. You know what I'm saying? In a
Yeah.
can. She took that and she mixed it into marshmallow sauce
Huh.
and made a custard pie out of it.
Hmm.
And it was actually fruit cocktail. That's what it is, Moggies. Thank you. Welcome in, Moggies. Fire in the bowl. Racy says mincemeat pie is good too. I don't know that I've ever had it.
Hi, Shadow.
But yeah, that was the most interesting pie I ever had. It was like a marshmallow cream fruit cocktail pie. That was interesting. But it did have a graham cracker crust. And the top of it was covered in melted chocolate that forms the shell on top of it. So it was good. Hey, Bruce. Bruce Wayne's in the house. How you doing? Oh man, but they're talking like these people in Canada are out there, and it's like well below zero.
Oh yeah,
They're
it was
talking.
-23 the other night.
Yeah, dude was talking to the reporter, and his beard's all frozen.
And all the facial hair all frozen.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Hey, how you doing, Bruce?
Salute my Marine friend.
I'm not a Marine. I got a brain.
You fucking asshole.
Right.
Hey,
Marine.
will you please call me an asshole?
Okay, asshole.
Yeah, thank you, man. I love you. I love you like
Right.
I love you like a brother from
I
another
know.
mother. Okay.
Call
I'm
me
gonna.
a Marine. What
Yeah,
the hell is that?
yeah. What
God bless America.
is something wrong with that?
Uh,
Uh, what?
Not from a regular point of view, but from an army guy. Yeah.
Well,
Not
you
from a
have
standard
something
patriot view.
to
Yeah.
attain to. Okay, you
What do you
have
mean?
to attain to. Oh
They came in
man,
after we did.
man.
They'd always come in after we were there. They used us to soften up the target.
Wait, you mean that
Yeah.
after the Marines, the Army came in there and kicked fucking ass?
Before the Marines, we're the scouts.
Holy shit.
We're the ones who provide the information for the Marines to come in and do what they do.
I salute you, sir.
That's right. Rock and roll, man. Don't,
It's so
I'm
good to
not a
see you.
sir, damn it. I work for a living. I got you, man. No, I'm thinking your shit now.
Do you see my hat?
Yeah, Trump in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get there. I still think he's going to be there before that.
Nah, come on. Hey, spell it out, dude. No, it's not gonna happen until 2024. Hey, did you watch the entire Trump speech rally the other night?
No,
He's
I
like,
have not had a chance yet. I've been
well,
busting my ass
shut
on
the
property.
fuck up to
I've been-
me, sir. Hey,
I've
that's
been busting my ass
shut
getting ready
the
for the storm
fuck.
headed my way.
Hey, where you been living in a fucking cave? Okay,
No.
so I'm gonna tell you, since you're my friend,
Hey,
sir.
you asked the question now. Let me answer you. I've been
Yeah.
busting my ass getting the farm ready for the
All
storms getting ready to dump on us.
All right, but you didn't know that Trump held the fucking rally,
I
and
know
he's
he
like,
held a rally. I hadn't had a chance to see it.
well, let me tell you something, sir. Will you please listen for a second?
Okay. All right. Listening.
He said, when I will run as president and when I will win, we will throw out Nancy Pelosi. We will throw out Chuck Schumer. He's not when, if. He said when. When is a 3-letter word, sir. That means when. Trump will win with.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just telling you, man. Write me off. I'm just another a guy that you know how much I love you.
Right.
I love you like a brother, man.
I know.
I'm trying to tell you, this shit's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. It's going to happen. And, yep.
I'm trying to tell you, Trump is the fucking man. He is the fucking man.
All right. We got that, dude. We got that.
Oh, fucking. No, you don't. You don't even fucking understand.
Bruce,
Come
how many
on.
beers have you had?
And
That
how many bowls?
many and a
Hey, dude, can I smoke a fucking blunt?
You can smoke
Dude,
whatever you want.
and would that be okay with you?
Damn right.
All right, hold on. I've had one solid soldier crying in the fucking rain.
All right. Well,
Dude,
I got it.
don't cut me down, dude. I'm trying to explain
Not
something
cutting
to
you
you.
down. I'm just saying.
I'm
Correct.
loving what you're doing, my friend. I think you're an excellent soldier. And I know you're an excellent soldier. And I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna take a little break, and I'm gonna smoke something that makes me feel better. But, I'm gonna tell you,
Right.
Trump. Go ahead, tell me something I don't know, cause you know everything, dude.
Well,
All right.
Well, I tell you what,
This
way I
is
see it.
fucked up, dude. I'm telling you, man. Trump will be elected in 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah, he will be. And
yeah,
yep, yep, yep. And the whole thing is like the Bible says that there will be an Antichrist, and it's gonna all just go to shit. And it's hard to realize when, man, I just had a conversation with my mother on the
yeah.
telephone. Yeah, yeah, I did. That's a hell of a thing, dude.
And what did
And
she
I was,
tell you? What did she
it,
tell you to do?
she said, "You're the smartest person I know." And I said, "Mama, you don't even know my IQ was tested in a real facility where you go inside and they sit you down and they ask you questions face to face. And they said your IQ is 160 plus." And I'm like, "What the fuck's the plus mean?" And they said, well, you told us you had a hangover today, and we can tell. So you're probably like 180. You're probably like Einstein. But I have personal problems. But I still talk to people. I
Yeah,
know people. Right,
absolutely, Rusty.
right,
Absolutely, Rusty.
right. Hey,
Rusty says, to be fair, he was elected 15 months ago.
so Wizard,
Hmm.
don't shun me, my friend. Semper Fi.
Uh,
Don't
I'm not.
shun me, my friend. And what happened with your dog that got shot, man? What the fuck happened?
Oh, well.
I did,
Hey,
haven't been around for a while. It's just a serious question. Just
yeah,
say,
well, that's been, you know, almost 5 months ago. So,
well, I'm glad to see you're still, dude. You fuck with a man's dog, I will kill a motherfucker. I will fucking slice
all
him
right.
like a fish. All
What's
right.
up, Carpenter?
Hey,
What's
you
up, dear?
guys, if President Trump serves, if he doesn't go back in office till January 20th, 2023, if he goes in after that, he can serve the following 2 years. Then again, he can run and serve a full 4-year term. If he gets put back in office before January 20th, 2023, doesn't matter if it's only a day or 2 days, he can only serve out this term. So if he waits till after January 20th of next year, and he would get back in office there, and then he would come back and serve another 4 years, he could conceivably serve 10 years in the White House. So I think
Right.
the chances of him coming back before January 20th of 2023 are
2023.
really slim, because he you see what I'm saying? That's how it
Well,
works.
that would make perfect sense. That if you ask me, I think that would make perfect sense
Right. That's
because
it.
that
If it's
allows those elections to take place and them to be wiped out as a ground support.
right, but there's a cutoff date for, like, if you go back in and say the election fraud got proved or whatever, and they put him back in office. If they put him back in before, don't matter how long before 2 years is done, he can only serve out the remainder of that term. If they put him in after 2 years of this term, present term right now, he can serve the rest of this term and turn around and run again in 2024 and serve another full year term. So the chances that he's not good. If President
I
Trump
see
goes
what you're
back in
talking
office,
about.
it's
That's
not going to be
genius.
before January 20th,
That's
2023.
genius. That's one of those 3D chess things, you know.
Right. I just wondered if anybody knew that.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
it's true. I just found it out. I'm kind of into that shit, and I just found it out here a few days ago.
Right. Wow. So yeah, I'm just thinking wrapping that into the machine. Yeah, I could see that. I could see it playing out like that. That would be a good scenario.
Would make
Let
more
the
sense.
elections take place and let all their people be put out of office
Right.
in the Senate and in the House of Representatives.
Of course, that opens the Senate and the Congress up for looking into all this shady crap.
Right.
Now we got
Right.
them looking into it. Now you can turn around, and if we find some crappy, shady stuff going on, which we all know they're gonna, you can turn around and put him back in office after January 20th of 2023. He can serve 23 and 24 and then run for president. See what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be an interesting scenario.
But I don't know. What the hell do I know? I'm just a carpenter.
No, shit. I get you. No, I'm just saying that would make sense. I can see the possibilities of that.
That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
Because
I tried typing it, but typing drives me nuts.
right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know, right? So what's the weather up there like right now?
7 degrees. Wait a minute, let me see for a fact. Let me check it. Excuse me.
3
5
degrees.
degrees and howling windy.
Oh shit.
Windy as
Yeah, it's
hell.
colder than hell outside. You know how it is, Butch.
I just got new headphones. This is driving me
Oh,
crazy.
you know how it is when it gets up here and it gets anytime it gets down into a single digit and that wind comes up, it gets just bitter out.
Oh yeah. My buddy lives on a lake and he's got an open spot and he's got the drifts on either side of his driveway. He had 3 feet of snow filled up his driveway. He had to walk.
Hey, Butch, turn your speaker up just a touch. It's probably on your
Yeah,
headset.
okay, here. Is that better?
A little bit more.
Okay. You doing good?
Yeah, that's better.
God, that's driving me nuts. I'm in my head now.
Right. Right. Yeah. No shit.
My hearing's bad enough that I had to get some headphones so I could hear better. Because I'm always doing this so I can hear better.
Right. Right.
And I don't like the sound of my own voice.
You're fine.
We need to turn the headphones down. Is that still okay?
Yeah. Sounds
Okay,
good.
good. No, I turned the headphones down, so now the headphones are down and the speaker's still up. Okay,
Is
good.
that better for you?
Yeah, no, I wanted to kind of play around with it to see where my levels were and stuff, and I couldn't do that without talking to someone. So I appreciate that. I'm using you guys.
The field test your new headset. Yeah.
Well, you know.
But
Plus,
yeah, no shit, man.
yeah, no, I think I'm getting this shit figured out finally. I feel like a broadcaster now. I have actual headphones and a microphone.
Oh yeah.
Getting there.
No, it's like a job, huh?
No, I do it for the fun of it.
I know. But
Yeah.
no, but you got all the gear now and you're getting all fancy and everything.
If you're gonna have fun, you might as well invest in stuff to have fun with, right?
Sure.
It's like it's like carpet. My other fun is going out and buying guns and stuff and buying new tools and whatnot. I invest in a little of this equipment just to have more fun with this. So
Yeah, I think I worked out a deal. I'm trading one of the puppies for 15 chickens and a rooster.
well, there you go.
Oh, awesome. Horse trading. I love that.
Oh yeah. He's got to raise them. He's got. He said he's going to be raising the one of the breeds that I want to have, and so I was like, okay, well, I don't have the energy or the money to put the energy system in place to run the hatchery. So I tell you what. He says, what? I says, you need one of these dogs, and I need 15 chickens and a rooster of the Jersey, not the what was it, Plymouth Barred Rocks. and that's one of the breeds I actually want to start breeding. And he said, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." I says, "I don't have the facility to raise them to where they don't need heat lamps, and you do." And he's like, "Yeah." I says, "Maybe we could trade chickens for a dog because you don't have the money to pay for the dog, and I
Right.
don't have." Yeah, so I was like, and I need to find a home for one. I need to get homes for these dogs, and so yeah, I've probably got me 15 hens and a rooster coming.
Nice.
Yeah, so I told him I'd front him the dog, and I trust him for the chickens.
Is trading a dog for chickens? I don't know what chickens cost. The dogs are
Well,
pretty spendy.
what?
I said dogs are pretty spendy. I mean, dog for chickens?
Well, the chickens are, if you've got a laying hen, or at least one that doesn't need a um, heat lamps and stuff like that. Uh, Basically, that's $15 to $20.
Okay.
All right, for a laying hen, it's 25 for the breed I want, and um, so I figure that you know, I was like, that sounds about number right for me. What do you think? And he's like, yeah, it seems like a fair trade. I was like, okay, yeah, I got to talk to my old lady first. He said, make sure she's okay with that.
Well, it works
I
for me.
suppose ain't mama happy, ain't no one happy.
Why not?
Right, right. So, but yeah, he's the same guy I trade pallets for bricks. He'll bring me 10 bricks for each pallet. And he takes all the pallets I don't want to mess with. That I got a pretty much standard set of stuff that I pull out of the pallets now. And the ones that aren't standard, well, a lot of times if they're non-standard wood and stuff like that, I'll just set them in another pile. Well, that pile got pretty big, and he wanted some pallets, and I was like, okay, here you go. You got some bricks. I want some. I want some of those, and you want pallets. Uh, and he give me 10 bricks per pallet.
I know that because in construction, there's a lot of horse trading in construction. You do a little of this for me, and I'll do a little of that for you, and nothing.
Right.
Right.
I need help with this. Can you come help me with that kind of thing?
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. I helped one guy put up a fence, about a 4-acre field for his sheep. Helped him put up a fence, and he did some small engine work, tire work for me too. So
Cool.
yeah, stuff like that. Like I said, I'm trying to get away from this dollar thing. You know what I'm saying? Cash and stores.
You got to pay taxes on all that shit.
Well, I mean, no, you're still
Oh,
buying it. You're buying it at a store. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about. Well, yeah, every time you buy something from a store, you're paying taxes.
right. Yeah. Well, and if you do work for somebody and they do work for you, you're paying income tax on all that too. So you can avoid that by swapping.
Right. So yeah, no, he and that guy, we horse trade a lot, kind of stuff, and so yeah, working it out, getting her taken care of. I'll get me some chickens by beginning of summer. I'll have a young brood set. They'll be they'll be just about ready to lay probably by fall. 6 months. So probably about November they'll start laying, and then winter hits. So
I got a damn house built by horse trading.
Right.
oh yeah, Rusty. Oh Go ahead,
Oh,
Carver.
no, I'm just saying. A lot of horse trading. I got a damn house built out of
I
it.
did that too. I got air conditioners put in. I got a septic system put in. Got all kinds of shit done. And
Yeah.
I've done all kinds of stuff too, you know.
Right.
A
Well,
lot.
what
A lot of
started with me and my partner was it was a big 3-car garage, and he was laying the footings up in frost footings, the 4 foot deep. His tender kept not showing up. I was the one
Right.
standing up the garage. So I told him one day, I said, "Oh, you need help here tending?" I was waiting for him to get, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll pay you." And I tended, and I was really, he didn't realize I was a tender when I was in the trades for 7 years.
Right.
He didn't realize it. Well, then it just went smooth as hell. He was like, "Holy shit, let's go." And away we went. Well, we come up out of the ground, and I said, "Bud, I got to stand this up." And I said, "If you want to help on this garage, why don't you stick around and get another week and a half's work putting this garage up?" Okay. So he stuck around for that. And then me and him started working so he paid me out of the footing money. I paid him out of the garage money. And then after that, the jobs just went by whatever the jobs was. We split them.
Sure. I worked as a tender for a little while. That's not a job you want to have.
Yeah, I did that for years.
It's a tough
What
job.
specifically is that?
Tending block.
Yeah, you're mixing mud, you're handing brick or block, whatever.
Yeah, making cuts,
Mm-hmm.
running material, setting up scaffold.
They lay it all, and you're the one doing all the other work.
Yeah, they
Okay.
stand right there with a little board of mud, and they stack their bricks, and you just kill yourself on the backside of the scaffold.
What's really
I've done.
fun, you do like a chimney or something like that, and you got to either bucket it up or haul the crap up scaffolding, set up scaffolding, and
Yeah, well wheel.
I've actually done that work,
Yeah.
but it was on ICF constructions, ICF house constructions.
yeah,
I just didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, once you get going tending, you can a good tender, you don't like have to kill, you do have to work really hard, but once you
Yeah.
get in shape and stuff, you got ways where it just keeps you really good in shape, and
oh yeah,
Yeah, the biggest thing was setting the braces and fucking. That was a pain in the ass.
oh I
Running
see.
rebar. You got to run all the rebar and bend it, cut the size, yada yada. That was a pain in the ass.
I took a 2-day course on using ICFs and never once used them.
Oh, really?
Well, I got paid to go to a 2-day class on how to use ICFs and stuff, and never used them. Insulated concrete forms, for those of you who don't know.
Right. The guy needed a tender on the construction, and he brought me on. I did that for some extra work and stuff like that, but that was in between contracts and jobs and stuff like that. I did that. Boy, that's tore the shit out of me, I'll tell you. Yeah.
oh yeah,
I remember we did a house addition one time. It was a pretty good size addition too. They had to have full footings, frost footings, and we couldn't drive around, so we had to carry every single block back there. We had to wheel all the concrete back, everything into the backyard. What a pain in the ass that was. That was my younger
Right.
days, though. So
right. Yeah, I used to tell everybody I was hired from the shoulders down.
hear that.
Well, that's how you get into it, and that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
That's,
work hard first, and then you can work smart later.
Right.
mhm.
See, I was always
Yeah.
smart enough to see the older guys that knew what they were doing. I didn't buck like some of them young guys are going to change the world and they're bucking the system all the time. I got with them older guys. I figured, well, hell, this guy's been doing it 25, 30 years and he's still in really good shape. I want to find out what he knows. So I would pick their brains and do what they said. And, and that I just climbed my way up through.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I started in construction. As I got laid off from a job, and I just knew all these contractors, and I just started working for them. They taught me. I was willing to learn. I mean, I'd rather get paid to learn than go to school to learn. So
Right.
Right. I mean, you learn so much more with the hands-on situation. I didn't know anything about ICF. In fact, it's an ICF construction site. And I was like, "What does that mean?" You know? And he's
One
like,
of the one of the soup or one of the foremans, the guy that gave me my first made me the first time made me a foreman. He was like that. He told me, he says, it's all the same. It's just a little different. Basically, all I know that sounds silly, but like
No,
everything is all just hard. Like I went into a job one time. They were doing radius forms for water reclamation plant. You know, them gigantic concrete tanks.
Yep.
And they use a Simon's called a Simon's radius form. And they're like 12 foot tall and 14 foot long, and usually got 8 or 10 of them together. And you got 4 or 5 high, and then you have 2 of them go together, and it's like 18 inches thick. And I'd never done it before, but I went into the office, and the guy says to me, he says, have you ever worked with Simon's radius forms? And he was an older, about my age now, and he had glasses on. He was reading on the computer, and I said, no, but it don't matter. And he kind of looked up from his glasses, and he looked at me and stopped typing. He said, what do you mean it don't matter? I said, my career's been one thing after another I've never done before. I said, I'll make a deal with you. Put me to work for 2 weeks. Let me get up to speed and see what the hell's going on here. If you don't like what you see, send me home. And if you do, keep me around. And he sat there he goes, come in Monday. And I went in Monday, and I was with that same company for 8 years.
that's cool.
right, right.
Fuck yeah, it was all that shit's all the same. It's just about figuring it out. We just figured first time I ever did siding, I sided my own house. I actually hung siding myself, was on my own house. Took me as long to do the front of the house as it did all 3 sides and the garage. You were just I'm right, ain't I, Butch?
What's that?
Yep.
I'm right. You just got to get up to speed and figure it out.
Yep. Yep.
I've always been real good at just watch a video, or you know what I'm saying, watch a video and then be able to, okay, I'm good. Let's do it.
I sided the whole house by myself. That's a pain in the ass, but you know, I know what I'm doing. So
Yeah, I did my whole house. I sided my whole house.
what'd you use?
Just vinyl.
Yeah, well, that's what I did too. At vinyl.
I had to bend all my windows, and you know, of all the things, Butch, if you ever, because you're in Minnesota, you're close enough. If you ever run across a really good break,
yeah, I know, me too.
8 or 10 footer, and it's only give or take $400 or $500, let me know. But it's got to be, look at it, make sure it's in really good shape.
No, I know.
I don't have no need for it, but I want one.
You know, I got a 30-inch.
Carpenter, I might have one for you. I might. It's a 10-6 brake, and it's a pretty nice brake. I borrowed it from this guy, and I don't think he's using it anymore. So I will talk to him. I've got his number. I'll talk to him and see if he wants to sell it.
Yeah, because I'll make the trip to get it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys ain't that far apart either, so.
No, it's only like, I don't know. I don't care how far it is.
Carpenter, when I did my house, I think I went through 6 coils of coil stock on my house.
Like, your house is pretty. I noticed that your house is really pretty.
You know, I did a little extra trim and stuff on it with the coil stock.
Oh, nice.
I took the time off to do it. You're gonna do something, you got to do it right, you know. Especially when it's your own house. This is the showcase, you know.
Well, right. You got to kind of show off. You know, when I was siding my house, I come around to the last corner that was the garage was attached, and I come around to the last corner on it'd be the east side. On the east side, well, where the north side or south side, the one I started, and coming all the way around the building, I put that wall up, and I couldn't get when you pulled in the driveway there, and you looked at that corner, it always was one side was higher or lower all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I took it down probably 3 times. to snap between, and you know, carpenters, you got to work it out so that it looks right. And the 3rd time I took it down, because I was up around the windows when I took it down, like this 3rd time, my wife come out and said, what in the hell's going on? The house looks perfect. I said, there's no way in hell I can leave this front corner. I said, the guys will come right in here and they'll see that siding isn't lined up. And she says, they won't even notice it. I looked at her, I said, you do realize who I hang around with.
Always notice that shit. You know,
oh fuck!
But carpenters do.
You know,
For
you
sure.
would. They'd pull in my driveway and they'd, what the fuck going on? What's going on here? You know,
Well, it's
you'd
one
never
piece.
hear the end of it.
I know. I see when I did my house, my like I did it in a certain way where it wraps all the way around, and then it meets up to a door where my deck is going to be eventually, and the door goes all the way up to the soffit. So they're off a little bit, but you can't tell from one side of the door to the other.
Right. If I would, I had one spot I could have did that at if I would have used my head. If I would
I've
have,
done
because that's the first time I'd ever done it. I had a spot that nobody would ever see that I could have made any changes I had to make up, but I didn't. I just went around it in one circle. If I would have
well,
done the front and then worked back to this spot and then worked the other side around to that spot, I could have hit everything in this one area and no one would ever see nothing.
right, yeah.
So it
Well,
was lack of experience.
that's experience.
But I got it in the end. It looked really nice.
Yeah.
Now, when doing the vinyl siding, do you lap it at all?
Well, it clips. It just clips automatically. You hang one with the nails on, it's loose, and then the next one just clips up to it.
Well,
You just
vinyl,
slide it down to wherever it's going to be, so it's a little bit loose, and then you nail in between the holes, and you don't nail tight.
yeah, vinyl you can stretch a little bit. Steel is a little different.
Yeah, steel you got to be careful. Steel you got to cut tight.
Yeah, and steel you can't really stretch steel a whole lot. You can stretch vinyl quite a bit. So why are we talking
Well,
about this?
when you're putting up the pieces, though, when you get to the edges that come together, when it butts up to the next piece that extends to the, further down the house.
Yeah, they're designed for that. They have on the ends. They're designed to lap together.
Yeah, there's an overlap.
Yeah, there's like an inch and a half or 2 inch overlap.
Yeah, it's an inch or better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
whatever. Yeah, it's designed to. Just always remember to wherever you're standing looking at the house, start there or start at the backside and come front so that the laps
The laps face away from the.
face away from you.
Yep.
And you won't even see the laps. But if you turn it around, I've seen a lot of people do it the other way. They did a nice job. They just did it ass backwards. And had they flipped them around, they would have done a really nice job.
Oh, wow. Right.
Well, we're talking about something I know something about now.
All right.
Because my brother, when he moved here, he put the barbecue pit way too close to the house.
Oh no.
He melted a bunch of the siding off.
Oh, fuck. I would bet you could still get that siding or something really close. You just unclip it, pull it down, and put it back up.
There's a whole box and a half under the house.
Just pull them pieces out.
Vinyl siding.
They unclip.
These two.
Go on a seam and break them loose, and you'll see that on that seam they come loose. Break them loose on that seam, and you can just strip them right down the whole way. You can take out.
You just start from the top and work your way down.
Yeah.
You get under there with a tool and you just unhook it, slide it down, and you can pull it up a little bit, pull the nails out, and then work your way down. Pretty simple.
All right.
Once you get the top row off, the rest pops off pretty easy. Usually just take the nails and give it a little pop with your hand, and it'll unclip itself.
Right. Well, they get that stagger, so you always have to go back on other pieces, but
I've done that a lot, putting in sliding glass doors and French doors in people's houses, and all I ever did was mark the siding. It was pretty easy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and just put it backwards, mark the first one, and say you took 30 pieces of siding out. You'd start with 30 and go back to 29, and it kind of self-explain itself going back together.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I was just saying, I'm going to have to go out there and, that's just something that's been eating at me. You guys talk about siding, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's something else I got to do.
Me and Butch would go there, and we'd spend the whole day working on that, and we probably would have taken us an hour and a half, but we would have made it look like we were working really hard, and you'd had to be really thankful and stuff.
Get that case of beer out, boy.
What the
I
pay
just
paid by the hour, sure.
didn't. No, we do it for free. I just take the whole day and relax and talk and visit and look like we were really just killing ourselves.
Right. I'd set a case of beer out in the cooler.
That hard. You get a lot
I'd set a
done.
case of beer out.
Hard.
I'd set a case of beer out for you guys and turn around and start up the smoker and put on a big piece of meat on the smoker. Hell yeah.
Oh, right.
My favorite job ever was I did my buddy's mom's roof one time. I said, well, if we're gonna do the roof for you, you need to buy a keg for us.
Nice.
We got tired of going up and down the ladder, so we put the keg on the roof. So we
Good job.
drinking all day on the roof.
That's how I got all my nail guns, all my roofing nail guns, my compressor, everything, all my tools for roofing. I had a buddy that got this gigantic, enormous bed on his roof,
Yeah.
and this high school best friend of mine. And I was like, holy shit, Ken. I said, that's ridiculous. That kind of money's ridiculous. I said, just you buy the materials and get the nail guns and stuff, and I'll do it for you. Well, he ended up saving probably $4,500, and then I kept the tools when we were done.
Yep. Yeah, I've got a few tools that way.
All my concrete tools. I got the whole set. A guy was pouring a great big garage slab and driveway slab, and he had it all set up. And he asked me, he knows I pour concrete. He said, he asked me to do it. I said, I can. I said, I don't have any of the tools. This was years I was younger,
Yeah.
And he says, I'll tell you what, I'll buy the tools if you can have them if you'll pour it. Well, it only takes a day.
Yeah.
So me and my buddy, we went in there and poured the whole thing, and we took Fresno, the bull float, the edgers, the broom. I mean, the whole 4 handles, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It adds up too. I mean,
yeah, it was $1,500 worth. It was probably $2,200 worth of roofing tools and probably $1,400 worth of cement finishing tools, all brand new out of the box. I opened them up.
I don't have a Fresno yet though, and I don't want to do concrete that much anymore. So I'm not sure I want to buy a Fresno.
Fresnos are just nice because if you get a big flat spot, you don't have to crawl out on it all the time. Because I can run a power trowel, but I never had a power trowel. I always had to do it by hand because I didn't have one.
No, I'm saying I've done a fair amount of concrete.
Yeah.
Care to. When I did my driveway, I hired it out. I said, screw that. And then, when I had my driveway done last summer, guy was a really good shit. He came out, and I was out of town working when he did it, and he poured in 3 pours. And that last pour, I happened to be here for it, and they ran short of concrete. So they're trying to stretch it a little bit. They had their excavation a little too deep, so they underestimated the concrete.
Right.
And it looked like shit. And I looked at him, I said, hey, this isn't going to work. He says, yeah, no, I agree. In 15 years, I've never had to pull one out, but I'm going to have to pull this one out. So they came out with the excavator and pulled all that concrete out. It was, I don't know what the hell it was, 10 yards of concrete or something like that.
Right.
I had to report it all. But kudos to the guy who said, I'm in business to do a good job, and I don't want people, to have to deal with a driveway they're not happy with. So,
right. I was doing a big patio for this couple one time out in the country, and it was a big walkout basement, and it was only like 4.5 or 5 yards, but it was a pretty good sized patio. It would be 80 foot times 5, so what's 400 square feet? So it was big enough. And I was rubbing it out, I was right down to the end where all I had to do was hand rub everything out. Then I'd climb on the sides and I could broom it and be done. Right. And the fucking dog got out of the house. The little.
Oh no.
Yeah, it goes all the way across the concrete and runs out in the yard. Fuck. So I grabbed the styrofoam knee pads, back on that fucker I went, grabbed my, mags and everything and steel, and back on it I went, and I rubbed all the dog tracks out. I got back. I'm done again. Sure as shit, that lady opened the door and the dog went out the second time. And they were laughing. They thought it was just funnier than hell. And I stood up. I told them, I said, next fucking time this dog comes out here, I said, these tracks are staying in it. And then they grabbed the dog and they tied him up. They thought it was just cute. You know, they thought, oh, that's cute. Look at our little puppy run across this wet concrete. Fuck, it was an hour and a half for me to rub them out the first time.
Well, and you
And
can
then
never get it out either. I mean,
right.
you can control it out, but you'll still see those marks because it sets up differently.
Yeah, I told him, I said, one more time. He'd done it 2 times. I said, one more time. I said, them fucking tracks are staying in there. Then
I've
they
seen
chained the dog up.
one time.
They were all, you know, all of the family members are standing around there laughing at the cute little puppy, you know. And I just looked up at him. I said, one more fucking time that dog comes out of that basement. I said, them tracks are staying in it.
Well, how stupid are they? Keep your fucking dog in the house.
Right. Jeez. Right. Then I was working. What happened is I got tested positive for pot, so I had to go to treatment. Well, while I was in treatment, I still work in the trades. I ended up on a road crew until I was done with my treatment, and then I was going back to the structural crew. But anyway, we were out there, and we were doing out by a fucking Walmarts and all this shit on the road, the big 4-lane. Actually, I think 4-lane plus turn lanes and all that. Mm-hmm. And we were doing the crossover of lights that married the two, right, the east and westbound lanes together. We got them all done. We're all set. We got it all picked up. This guy, and we had just this one piece of, what is that, barricade moved out just enough that we were using that area to get our tools in and out of. And it was probably 12 feet wide, maybe. And we were putting the tools away, and here this car come around the corner.
Oh, no.
Yeah, drove right in it, sunk right in it. But 11 inches of concrete. I just shook my head. I've seen some funny shit. Just shook my head. Just what the hell? And I don't mean to talk like I do, guys. I'm a product of my environment.
Yeah, I got you.
It's like everybody at work, you know, they're talking like, you know, you can't talk to people like this or that. And, you know, not at my work, but I hear that. And I'm like, at my work, you don't go up to somebody that's slacking and, you know, I'd really like it if you could put a little more effort in because we got a lot to do today. And I'd sure like it if you'd, you know, chip in a little more and let's get this done. Okay. Bullshit. Hey, bud, you got 2 choices. Either get fucking going or go to your truck. And I don't care which one you do. I was an ass at work.
I think as carpenters learn to be patient through the work we do.
Right.
Because you have to put up with much of that shit.
All the time.
Hey, dream well, Patriot. See you tomorrow, Rusty.
Later, Rusty.
See you, Rusty.
But yeah, no, I got on that job site with that ICF thing, and I was like, dude, it's like putting Legos together. It really is. It's interesting.
It is a cool system.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was like, dude, this is like, I couldn't believe all the styrofoam cost that much, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Well, it is expensive, but then it saves you the insulation and, you know, then waterproofing and everything. You just kind of roll it with this waterproof on the outside.
Right.
And you don't do anything but hang sheetrock on the inside.
Well, you're basically building a bunkered house.
Right. Well, it's really a good system. I've never built one particularly. I built off of one. I did an addition on a house one time, a kitchen.
Well, you put you put down a row and then you rebar it.
Right.
Okay. Everything gets rebar. And then you put it in another row and you rebar it. And then you turn around, you put in another row, you rebar. You set your wood. You set 2x12s for raw frame for windows and doors. And then turn around and you just keep putting it together, you know, and you get up to a certain point where we put in the first floor because that was a basement. And then we got to the point where we put it on the first floor. And then they have special brackets you put into the stuff. Now you can screw right into that foam. That stuff's damn near as solid as wood.
Well, they have special layouts for where you can screw into it.
Oh yeah, right. for the supports for the floor and stuff. Right. That's absolutely right. But
8 inches, I believe.
Right, but you have to have that set at the top of the lower wall. But you have to have that poured and filled and dried for a week before you can put in that second floor.
Yeah.
Deck. and even with those brackets in there. So that's all got to be set before you put that floor in.
Yeah,
And then you
sure.
put in second floor deck and you just start all over again, you know, and because we had a basement and then the main floor deck and then a second floor deck. And we also had to put in for stairwells. So yeah, it was a badass house we were building, but
I worked
I
on,
do what?
no, I just said I worked on one house that was full concrete ICFs. The whole
Right.
house.
But you have to set
I've never got
these
to do that.
braces up every 4 feet, 3 or 4 feet,
Yeah.
all over the place. Which also they also supply the supports for your catwalk around the top of the wall because
Right.
there's a lot of work that still has to be done up there before you set the next level. So, but those braces are, man, fuck,
It's,
jack braces because they all got to be, each one's got to be leveled
oh,
so the wall is straight. You know what I'm saying?
right. You're
Right.
you're pouring concrete into those forms. There's a hell of a lot of weight there, so you got to brace the shit out of it because you
People
Right.
don't realize
you
the
don't want
hydraulic
blowout.
pressures.
You
Oh
don't want
no,
God.
we had a problem with one of the bricks, one of the blocks around the window, and it blew out on us.
Yeah, that's a mess.
Oh yeah, well
Oh yeah.
you have to let a little bit of it go, and then because you're not even going to get anything on there. But then you take a piece of plywood. We had these set up in stages for different size block sets before we started pouring because it's always a possibility you're going to have a blowout. And turn around and once you get a little bit of that concrete out of there, and then you can slam it up there and then screw it in and patch it, and then you continue to pour. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But it was a big 3/4 inch piece of plywood. You run 3-inch screw in on it, and yeah, that's what you did. So, oh yeah, dude. Like I said, I was a tender for that. I got to handle the vibrator.
You know, that's what structural was
Rubbing it out right
eliminating
now.
those blowouts.
Cheers.
That was the hard part on that. When you got good at that, you didn't have blowouts. But I've been on enough of them that have.
Oh God.
I've seen them
Well,
tear Simon's pins right apart. I've seen them break wall ties.
well, the
There's
engineer
so much.
came down and looked at it. He was mastering the pour, and because we had the pump trucks come in, everything
Right.
had to be absolutely coordinated. He had six uh, concrete trucks, and the pump truck was there.
Oh
And
God.
that motherfucker charges by the minute.
Well,
Yeah, he said it was like concrete was nothing. If concrete, he says the 6 trucks of concrete, that was nothing. That was less. That was around $1,200 or something. 12 or $1,400. He says that fucking pump truck cost me $2,500 just to have him pull on the property.
that's
Right.
the only way to do
Right.
it though. So
Well, you can't do it any other way. It's got to
no.
be in there, and the concrete's got to be right, and it's got to be time. Everything's got to go off perfect. If it's not, then you just screwed up the whole fucking house.
Absolutely. There's a slump, and then everything's all. Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'm not a huge concrete guy either, but you need to have a continuous pour on that stuff too,
Yep.
because you get separation between your pores if you don't.
Right.
So,
Correct.
Cold joints.
Correct.
You're trying to
And
eliminate
that's why
cold joints.
Right, and that's why that mix in those trucks has got to be perfect and timed properly on delivery,
Right.
because they got to dump into that pumper. They got to fill that reservoir on that pumper, and that pumper's got to. Twice we had that son of a bitch clog up on us.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you gotta they got to get off to the side. You got to run over there. You got to pull off that hose,
Shut up.
Right.
and then you got to clear that hose because they don't have a spare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've done that a
And
million times.
yeah, we had a clog up on us twice on that basement pour.
Shackled,
Yeah,
and that rubber joint comes off. Then you open it up once you clear it, you click it back together, and you got to get that back on, and everything's all got concrete all over it. Oh my God, it's a mess.
Right, and you know what? He says the engineer was counting the minutes we had to deal with that shit, and he back charged the concrete company because they didn't get the mix right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
The concrete's usually the least.
Yeah, we were there for an extra half an hour because that some bitch that concrete wasn't set right, wasn't mixed right.
Oh.
Well,
I ain't paying for that. He said that was shit. That was about $2,000.
you know, probably failed slump is what it did.
Yeah.
That's that cone thing.
Oh, look
That's
at
that cone they put the concrete in. They take like 2 shovels full of cone in that cone. They wiggle it, and it's how far it slumps down below the cone. That's a 3-inch slump or 4-inch slump. That tells
really?
you how much. Yeah, it tells you how much water it's in and how much shrinkage it'll be. It'll tell you the shear strength. Yeah, I was all into that.
I think what was happening was that the trucks were drying before they got there.
You got to
Yeah.
time them instead of having them all there on site. You got to have them come in time.
Well, they batch made it at wherever they drove it from,
Right.
Right.
and
But
the end of
that's
that
gotta
batch
be
got
timed.
dry. The end of the batch got dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they got water trucks on the. That's why they got water tanks on those concrete trucks.
I can tell slump by looking at. All you got to do is start dumping in the chute. I can tell the slump. I'll know how many gallons to put in it.
Mm.
If it's a 4-inch slump and if it's dry, I'll put 5 in. If, you know,
All right.
if it's iffy,
right.
you put 3. If it's wet, then you're fucked.
Right.
That's probably what happened is you got a wet load. Because usually
Right.
a dry load you can add water to, but a wet load you can't take water away from.
No, I know. I did a set of steps one time. My first set of steps I ever did, concrete steps. I knew what I was doing, but I had them all formed up, and the concrete came in too watery, and it was just,
Oh,
you know how your forms are. It was coming over the top of every step, and it was just running out.
right.
You can't fix that. I babied that thing for like 10 hours before it set up enough to take the forms off.
Right.
Pain in
That's the
ass.
key to that. Doing steps is knowing when do you peel them forms
Right.
without
Yeah.
hurting it. You know, they got to be
Right.
built a certain way too, so you can take them apart.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
you can,
knew
rub the faces.
but when you get a wet load of concrete and you're trying to pour steps, it doesn't work. The weight
Hey,
of
I
the
got,
No.
top pushes the stuff out the bottom.
Right.
I got a question for you though. I'm getting ready to make these footings for the mill for the framework. The framework's already up, so I'm just going to H brace them, the legs into place, and then make a spike mount support, and then just use wood to build a frame out for the footing. I'm thinking about just once I do that, I'm just going to leave the wood down there and bury the wood. Is that not good, or should I not do that? I'm just wondering.
Usually when we do stuff like when we did with that old guy that I hunt on his land, we put him a car lift up. And the car lift, where the car lift bolted on the concrete, had to be 12 inches thick, and the rest of the slab was 6. And we just got up to it and went, a foot before and after, so we were plenty big. And then we just thickened the slab up to at least 12 inches the whole way. So there was a big 12-inch pad poured right in with the 6-inch pad, and then the machine just bolted on top of that. So if you got anything that's going to be underground, you don't have to form what's underground. You can usually do it by digging.
Right.
Right, but I'm saying I got to dig out the hole, and then I was thinking I was thinking about doing the forms and then just setting the form in place.
Are you doing a floating slab, or what are you?
Uh,
Are you doing post construction? What are we talking
right,
about?
we're doing post construction, and yeah, it'll have a floating floor.
Well, you can.
Floating floor. You just dig out that wherever you have to have thickened, like say your sawmill's going to go in there, and the legs come down in a certain spot or area. you'll just have to thicken the slab up. So you might
Why don't
say
you-
you're pouring the whole thing at 4.5. You might have to pour that area at 8 or 10.
But see, if you're doing a post construction, I think you could set that on a frost footing, frame everything up. Uh, if you're doing like a pole building, put your
Yeah.
boards on the outside and then pour a floating slab inside. You don't need if your posts create your frost footing, you don't need a thickened slab. I would thicken it a little bit, but you don't need a whole
Well,
lot.
right. His poles aren't, the framing's up.
Yeah, the framing's up. I have to create the footings.
Oh,
Yeah, I just have them sitting on blocks right now, and then I built the structure, and then I was going to come back and put in the footings afterwards.
okay. When you talk post construction, I think the posts are set on footing, so that would be your structure.
Well, I started building it. I made sure that
Well,
the blocks
okay.
were level
All right.
because I figured I was going to do just a straight up floor, and so I just leave the blocks in place and just pour the floor and mount everything that way because we don't really have too much of a frost
Well,
problem.
you need to have a floating slab then, so it needs a tie-in, so it's a one continuous pour kind of thing. Because
Right.
here in Minnesota, you you could do a floating slab here, but frost will fuck with that if you're not careful.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you do have to say it's a 60-yard pour in a barn and you're going to do it in 2 30-yard pours because it's just too much to handle, then the
Mhm.
hook between the two is engineered usually. They'll use special rebar with special ends that'll hold the two slabs together. Just because of what Butch is saying right now. Because of all the frost movement, and that's what he's talking about.
Well, I was gonna make them 2 foot footings, 24-inch footings, and then I was gonna put on the bottom of the post. I'm gonna make the secure mounts, and before I pour, and then I'm gonna pour up to the bottom of the post, and then once those are set in place, I was gonna form out a barrier wall along the footings, and then make that barrier all the way around the footings, all the way around the outside of the building, and then come back and pour the floor. Because I'm also going to be digging out for an underfloor heating system um, in that under the floor
Yeah,
and
radiant. Yep.
radiant. Yeah. Yeah.
In floor. I mean, yeah.
So, and that's all got to be, all those ditches have to be insulated before you put the pipe in.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Lay down 2 inches of foam and put all your tubing in out over the top of that. That's pretty common where I'm working now, or where I was working anyway. I'm unemployed right now. So if anyone's looking
You're on
for
vacation. You're not unemployed. You're just on vacation.
I'm on vacation.
You're trying to stay inside. I don't blame you.
Well,
I don't blame you at all.
it's 3 degrees out here.
Right. Right.
I'm too old to go work out in the cold.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go outside anymore. Someone come shovel my sidewalk for me.
Chad is just going crazy. But yeah, no, I want to get into this and get that going. I'm just doing a simple brown barrier waste wood footing for the greenhouse. I got this hardwood stuff that's just treated footing pieces off of pallets. They're about 3 feet long, and they're 3 pieces of 2x4 all nailed together. It's a nasty mess. You can't even hardly cut them without hitting a nail. You know what I'm saying, or something. So
Yeah.
I'm using them to basically as a foundation wall. I'm gonna make a barrier wall on the back side of the greenhouse.
Yep.
As a retaining wall with them, and then just use that as a foundation for the post and stuff for the greenhouse.
I thought you build a greenhouse.
But yeah, that one, the greenhouse is going to end up being like 36 by 40.
It's a nice size greenhouse.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
garden size greenhouse.
Yeah. Hell, that's bigger than my garden.
That's my garden.
No, that's probably about the size of my garden, actually. Hey, Carpenter, you want to come up and I want to build a silo apartment. I've always wanted to do that.
Right, but I recommend you engineer the steps.
No, they would be done steel.
Yeah. Yeah, them are a little bit.
Or an
Holy shit,
elevator.
wouldn't that be something?
That would
What's-
be that.
Yeah, I've thought about them. I think that'd be really cool.
I'll have to show you the drawings I made, because it'll look like a lighthouse when it's done, with a big gazebo with a wraparound deck on top.
Nice. Kind of hanging out.
If I ever get
Wouldn't
the
that
money.
be something? Well, you could do that. Why couldn't you?
A lot of money. You gotta scoop all the dead raccoon carcasses out of the bottom of the silo.
Right. Yeah, we clean all that stinky shit out first.
Yeah, God.
Well, you know what time it is, right?
Fire in the bowl.
Time for pie.
Time for pie.
They're gonna do fire in the bowl. I don't have pie.
Well, 4 minutes for the fire in the bowl.
I got ice cream. You could do that.
Yeah, fire in the bowl comes at 20 after.
I don't have anyone to cook. Actually, I'm the only one who ever cooked pie around my house. So
We don't know what we're talking about either. So.
I have a little apple orchard, so I make a hell of a lot of apple pie.
Huckleberry was asking me earlier, you got everything you need before the storm hits. And I was like, well, I'm running short on pie. She's like, oh, no, you're going to have to go to the store.
Just go out and buy a bunch of Hostess pies.
You know,
Well, I got-
that Dem Apples guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what, apples. Everybody calls him apples.
Yeah.
He's sitting right in the middle of that. He's bearing right down on him, dead center.
Where are we talking?
I don't know. I mean, he said, but I don't remember. Sometimes it's kind of like talking to Mallory, She'll tell me all this stuff, and she gets going on all the gossip and chaos and drama in her life, and I look like I really am paying attention. I ain't listening to a fuck word she's saying. And then she'll come back later and she'll say something like, Dad, I told you all about it. I'm like, did you?
Oh, I don't have my glasses on. I'm trying to read the chat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yep, I'm saving all the 10.
The curly slide.
Yeah, there's a short stack of them.
Oh, look at that. I could make a shit ton of little pies from that.
Wait a minute. Let me get back to the...
Skulldrazer says I should put a slide around.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I've been saving all the 10s for my pies.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got a couple hundred of them.
I could make a shit ton of Dutch apple pies from that.
Right?
Love that.
This is where these little pies, that's all we need. You don't need no big pies.
I'm gonna freeze them. I really want to make a nice big thick cheesecake. That's what I'm hungry for. Cheesecake.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, that would be badass. That'd be badass to make little cheesecakes in these pie tins. The little ones.
The fucking cheesecake is like that thick, man.
Well, doesn't have
Sing
to
was
be.
up.
No, it doesn't.
Sing and Max were up here. They could have carried down to this conversation. They could have jumped right in.
Yeah, come on up, man. Sorry.
They do the same thing.
I'm hearing
Just a little different.
I'm hearing myself in my own ears now. I hate it. I don't like me anymore.
I'll put on a wig and make it feel like a new person.
Well, I'd have to reach for that. Get the beaver hat right here. Jesus. I'm gonna have to get used to this. You're right. I got no pie. I guess I'm shit out of luck, ain't I?
Well, it's fire in the ball time now.
Push the but wait.
It's on the 20s.
Your button. What do you mean, Gringo? Come on.
uh,
Tell me to do something. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have to show Grandpa how to use his gadgets. Yeah, well, that's kind of true, isn't it? Wait. No, that doesn't work.
you guys are dead. Yeah, he's better behaved on panels. You hear his inflection. Oh, hell yeah. Brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.com. But yeah, man, I'm so gonna be growing so much more next year. Bigger. Anyway.
Hey, Gringo, I got the new monitor set up.
That's what I need, a little media room or a little media corner, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, like a little office broadcast
Yeah.
corner or something.
Yeah, just a little corner where I can set up, a few things, like figure out what I'm doing. But I try to get my daughter to help me, but she gets mad at me.
She's mad as you like because you don't listen.
Yeah. Well, I'd listen, but I don't know what she's saying. I mean, she'll just start rattling this shit off. It's like I lost your way back at, gigabytes. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you just got to move this icon here and put this over here and go down. You can pull this tab down and you got to slide this over here. And it's like, I lost you back when we turned this fucker on, So she gets frustrated with me.
All right.
You know what I should do is just go take a class.
I don't know that that'll do you any good.
Just like the 101. You don't think it would? Just like I'm okay on this tablet because I'm used to it. But when I had a brand new, really nice brand new laptop for a year and a half before Mallory borrowed it, brought it back. But I never used it anyway because I couldn't run. The keyboard was so hard to run.
Right. Oh wow. All right,
Go ahead.
I gotta go let the dogs out. I'll be right back.
I am. My daughter's actually coming over tomorrow, and she's going to show me how to use this stuff because I have no idea. I said,
Nice.
You're going to kind of walk me through it a little bit because I'll forget as soon as you leave.
Get a Mead notebook and make some chicken scratches. It'll help you.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself a little notebook, and when you get in them areas, say,
I hear that. Now, I'm learning little by little. I'm learning.
No, you're doing good. You do them little moving emojis and all that. I can't even begin to do anything like that.
That kind of comes free, damn near. It's one of those. Well, we'll just see how I progress eventually.
Right.
I just enjoy doing what I'm doing. If I can make it a little better, then fine. If not, then I'll just keep doing what I do. I'm okay with that. How come you're not on screen ever?
Just because I'm always sitting here in my bedroom lounging. When I get by this time of night, I'm just sitting around lounging.
I just want you to go live so you can show us your den with all the deer mounts.
Most people in here have seen them.
Yeah.
I think I have actually. Yeah,
Ranger saw the.
it's been a while though.
I opened up the door to let Ranger out, and he's like, "It's raining." He didn't go towards the door. Yeah. He thought he wanted out, but nah, he changed his mind.
Duke's the same way. He doesn't. He hates going out in the rain, but if he has to, he will.
Right. You better chill out. He's gonna stomp you.
Well, that's what I got to do, Butch. I got to get a place to put a comfortable, computer chair and a nice desk, and I'd like to get a screen big enough that I don't have to use reading glasses. You can just look at it.
Now I hear that. You should see the little tiny space I'm sitting in. I'm going to work on that. Eventually, I'll have a studio, and it'll be in the house. I'm going to
Right.
build a bar. I'm going to build a bar where everyone can come over and party.
I have a large bedroom, so I'm just off to the side in my bedroom. But yeah,
It's kind of cool for me. I've got a space in my basement that has a separate entrance to it. So you can walk in the house and go down into the bar without actually going into the house. So it's kind of cool. Party time. Get a kegerator.
kegerator.
Get a kegerator.
I know it's raining. I can't stop the water.
Oh, puppy.
You better stop. Yeah. Lay down, Ranger. I know, boys. I know. The elbow beds too. I know. It's okay.
I don't even know where the dog is. No, he's down there all snuggled in.
No, you don't want to go outside. It's raining. It's nasty. I can't make it stop. I know. It's okay, brothers. It's rain. You need to lay down for a little while. And just a little bit. It'll still go.
It's really hard to do this and watch chat at the same time.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
Huckleberry, I'm sorry. I ruined it. I have a thing with that. I ruined shit. I kill chats. Well, Huckleberry said she left because it was supposed to be ladies' night, but we came up there.
Well,
no. It wasn't you. It was
Bruce.
Bruce Wayne. Yeah. He was drunk. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to come on and say hi to Bruce. Hey, Bruce actually called me in the middle of the night one time. I feel for the guy. I really do.
Yeah, but when he gets drunk like that, there's no talking to him or anything.
I know. Here. Now I'm back to where I'm normal.
He's just normal. Check it out. But yeah. So you what are you going to be doing with your time while you're on vacation?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I'm just doing shit around the house, basically.
Like
Taking
what?
it easy. I don't know.
Breaking in the couch.
I tell you what, I moved into this house like 3 years ago, and a lot of stuff never got unpacked and never got sorted through because my wife didn't want to get rid of anything. So now that she's gone, I get to go through everything and decide what to get rid of, and
All right.
I got to clear
Yeah.
crap out. I literally have 30 years worth of shit laying around that I don't know what to do with right now. So
Right.
Yeah.
I
Less
settled
is more, bud.
in, you know, I've got to get things organized before I can get, life back in order, I guess. It's kind of the thing.
Right. Got to clean out the old, make way for the new.
Yeah, you got to keep some of the old though, and I'm okay
Yeah.
with
Oh yeah. No.
that. Aside, but what's worth keeping is a thing.
You'll. I think when you get going through it, you're going to figure out what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of.
Yeah, I know.
You'll know.
Eventually, yeah. There's no hurry on that.
Right.
Carpenter,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I started this house from nothing. We demoed it down to the bare bones, basically. So everything in here is new. And a project like that, the problem is once you move in, it took a year. And once you move in, it's hard to get any work done after that.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. What before it was just an easy little modification here or there. Now it's a great big hoopla because you're working around crap and got to move stuff and
well,
yeah.
because the house my other house in the other town, I rented, and we moved out. We rented that one to buy this place, and we moved into a rental for about a year. And I was just tired of being there and I had to get out. And it was fall. I wanted to move in the fall, not in the winter. So we moved in and everything was up to snuff, but not everything was done. And it's still not done. I still have no countertops in my kitchen.
Oh shit.
I know.
Oh wow.
I have plywood down. I was gonna do tile, but I don't feel like doing tile anymore. I'm just gonna go get laminate top or something and put that in instead. Or maybe granite. I don't know. We'll see.
What about Corian? Have them guys come put it in.
Yeah,
Seamless corners and everything.
I know. That's why I thought about doing granite, is because someone's gonna do it for me, and then I got nice stone countertop. That'd be cool. Or quartz would be neat too. Because I
Right.
got a cool peninsula and they do quartz, and then you could do that underlighting underneath it. That'd be neat.
Yeah.
I
I'd
know.
have that. I'd probably, even though I'm a carpenter, I'd probably have that done.
Yeah.
There's some things, Butch, that I don't do, like carpeting.
Right.
Yeah, there's just some things I don't do. I'll do a little bit of flooring, like the laminates and stuff like that. It's no big deal. But
Those are pretty easy.
some of them I just don't. Some stuff I have people,
Right. Carpeting and yeah, I'll do tile. I don't mind doing tile on the floor, stuff like that.
Right. Well, I've
But
done a ton of
laminate.
picturing and models, so I'm really good at countertops. Just haven't got around to it. That's all.
I was gonna say, I've seen a lot of cool stuff done with that polymer stuff.
Yeah. Well, the other one
Acrylics.
that's really neat I've seen is concrete countertops. And
right. I've seen those too.
solid
Yeah.
piece of stone, and man, those can be really sharp.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I know you've done so much of that stuff that you're just like, oh shit, I got one more to do. Yeah.
For me, it'd be easier to pay 5 times as much to have somebody put granite in. Then I'd have granite than for me to do countertop on my own.
Well, you could get it wholesale.
I'm kind of getting to that point too, Butch.
Yeah, I know. And sometimes, even though it's what you do, sometimes it's easier just to pay someone to do it.
Right. Right.
As long as you have the money. What the hell?
Well, it's like taping. I can tape and make it look professional.
Yeah.
But I'm so ridiculously and pitifully slow. You couldn't afford to hire me. If you paid me $5 an hour, you'd lose money. I can make it perfect. I can make it perfect, but it takes forever.
Yeah. Well, carpenter, that's actually been kind of my profession the last few years, is taping. So
yeah, carpenter. It's like that front wall of siding. Once you get to the second set of yeah, you get to the second room on taping and mudding. It's nothing. There ain't nothing to it. You're just like, okay, this is it. There you go.
I
You
don't
know
mind.
what I'm saying?
I don't mind taping, but my last how many projects have been whole houses that I've done by myself, and people get frustrated, and I'm like, it's a whole house. It's going to take a month. Well, we need it done faster than that. And I said, it's going to take a month. I'm sorry. It's the way it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah,
You want it done right or you want it done fast?
exactly. Exactly.
I take pride in my work.
Yeah.
No matter
I
what
want
I
it to
do.
look right.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't make it look right, then you're just going to get all kinds of callbacks.
Right.
Well, you do yeah. When you're taping and mudding now, it yeah, you got to do it right. Or
I
you
just
got to
when
do
I
it
do it,
right.
I just go really thin on everything, and then I
Yeah.
come out. I don't try to cover everything, and that's what I see most people that don't have a lot of experience with it is they put it on too thick and then they're sanding wild. Well, you can eliminate a lot of that just putting it on thin. It'll look thin when you start, but by the time you go over the second time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you might have to hit it. We had a taper at when I worked at on these remodels in the clinic. This one taper up there, that dude just about didn't have to sand, and was he fast?
Yeah.
By the time I got to the second room, by the time I got done with the second room, the third room was perfect, and I didn't even have to sand it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
yeah. I
it's
got
like I
all
was
the
saying.
taping. I've done a bunch of it.
I've done the weird corner walls where I didn't have any guiding. Um, I didn't have no guide on the corners. You know what I'm saying? That aluminum edging stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That well, because they were just, I think it was like a 30-degree corner or something. You know what I'm saying? It was an angle wall put in there and stuff like that, and I had to do the inside and outside of that. You can't really put a edger on that. You know what I'm saying? Without a
well,
break.
they make a plastic bead for stuff like that.
It's straight flex.
Yeah, that works really good.
Yeah. Straight flex is good for inside and outside 45s and stuff like that.
Well,
Right.
45s, yeah, but
I work
the
on 30, whatever, to 22 and a half. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right.
you can make it go to whatever you got.
Right.
So I didn't have that edging, so I just did it by hand. It came out really nice.
Yeah. Well, you still have to have some sort of tape on it, one way or another.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll have a crack.
So, but I did it in stages though.
Mm-hmm.
I did a light set, and then when making the outside corner deal, it was like 38 degrees. It wasn't quite 40 degrees. It was like off. And turn around and you know, I did the drywall, put it up, and then had to build that corner up. And I did it in stages and let it dry for a day, then come back and did another piece. You know what I'm saying? And then thin layers.
Right.
It took me
That's how
about
I
three
do it.
days.
Yep.
Yeah. But even that, when I was done, I didn't have to sand it, except for uh, just to work it rough so so the primer will go on. You know.
Do you
I
paint
never.
and everything, Butch?
What's that?
Do you paint and everything?
I do, yeah. Yeah. I've got a lot of money invested in taping and painting equipment.
Right.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've got a bunch of it. Rollers and
Oh, shit. No, I literally have a $700 roller sprayer that I
oh no
bought.
shit, compression roller.
Yeah, it's a sprayer with a 18-inch roller on it, and got extension point. It runs right off of your paint sprayer, so all you do is you just sit there and spray and back roll at the same time. That thing is slick. Want to
Oh
go over
wow.
space really fast, ceilings and stuff? That thing is
Yeah.
slick. It's worth the $700 for what I've done 4 or 5 houses with it already, and
You do the knockdown and all that?
knockdown, orange peel, whatever, smooth. The last one I smooth. That sucks doing smooth.
Yeah, smooth's kind of got to be right to start with.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you literally have to walk around with a light
Right.
and sand every little bit out. And I've got power sanders and stuff like that. But when you're doing the smooth finish, you really have to have the detail down. It's a pain in the
Yeah.
ass. You'd think it'd be easy if you don't have to spray, but you really got to get it down just right.
Right, but you know what? Mudding's a lot easier than auto body work. I'll tell you
I don't know.
that.
I've done auto body work. I'm not good at that. But
Yeah,
the
I've
hard
never
uh,
done that.
so
I've done that and I got really good at it. Uh, but yeah, that was just another thing. It's just I had that automotive restoration shop out in California that I
oh
started
yeah.
out working at and ended up being a partner in it. But yeah, no shit. So you said you added 2 new deer to your wall this year.
Nope, just the one. The other one wasn't. It was just a cull buck. It had goofy
Okay.
rack, so we were just taking him out of the herd to keep him from breeding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just happened to stumble by me. Someone was going to kill him. He just stumbled by me.
Did you get my address?
Yeah, I do. It's in my phone.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was waiting for Santa Claus to show up with the deer meat.
You know, that only problem with I'd have to pack it in with dry ice, and then
Right.
to ship with dry ice is like ridiculously expensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it probably cost me $200-300 to send it.
Whoa, no, don't do that.
Yeah, and that's not the price of pack. Then I'd have it. That's just what it would cost me to send it.
That'd be cheaper to drive up there.
Right. If I'm going to do that, I would do that. I'd do the same thing because the ice is only, I think the ice is only 80 or 90, and then the cooler you buy to do it in is only another 30 or 40.
Well, I've
But
got
then
the
it's
coolers. I
yeah,
got
then
the
it's three
coolers
or
to do
four
it.
hundred to because it's got to be taped a certain way, packed a certain way, wrapped a certain way,
All right. Yeah.
to fly. We know that because one of the guys we hunt with, his kid comes up from Texas. That's the guys from Texas. I laugh at them all the time. Those guys are funny, but you ought to see them. Guy come up this was like a couple years ago, and it was like everybody's like, "This is really a hard winter." Bullshit. I've been on winters my whole life. Some are really hard, and some aren't, and some are. It's just another winter. It's all this is. But
Yeah.
Right.
that winter happened to be the lows were about 8 and 10 below, and the highs were like 3 and 4 degrees for the opening weekend. And they bought these Cabela's like hiking boots, and on the box it said "good to 30 below." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You've seen that? Well, they weren't good to 30 below. I mean, when it gets down to single digits, you guys, I get my packs on.
Yeah.
I mean, even if there's no snow, I put my packs on. It gets cold. And these guys were trying to hunt in Cabela's hiking boot shoes. I just laugh.
Yeah.
Right. Let me check. I got to check the radar. Ranger wants to go outside. Yeah. Oh,
So, how
yeah.
big of an area do you service? What distance will you travel, Butch?
Me?
Yeah,
Well, I used to travel up to 150 miles, but not so much anymore.
right.
I will for a smaller job, but I spent so much time out of town. I'm just sick of working out of town.
Right.
I mean, I
Right.
spent the last 14 years working, 3 to 5 days a week out of town. I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
There's work here. There's no reason why I have to travel anymore. I used to make good money doing it out there, and the work was guaranteed, and it was easy. And I'll work a little harder to stick around here and maybe make less, but I don't have to travel either. So
Right.
Well, if you need anything, let me know. I'll come down there.
Yeah. Will you do me a favor? Will you and look into that? Because I'd make the trip for that.
Oh, for the break?
Yeah, I really will.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want a nice one. I'd want a really good one. I don't want it bent up or nicked up.
No,
I want it nice. And I'm
it,
sure it is because most
I
people that have them take care of them.
I used a thing. It was a pretty good break. I did clean my damn little office out here. I don't have anything to write on, so.
Because I'll just have you get if
No,
it's
I'm just
that nice
I,
and a good deal, just pay for it. I'll run up there. I'll grab you the money and grab it from you right away.
no. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna write it down right now so I forget because I already forgot.
Yeah, because I'm interested.
Yeah. Well, I would be
I gotta.
too, but I don't really care to have. I can always rent one or borrow one because I know several people who have one. I
Yeah.
think this doesn't use his anymore, so I'm writing a note with a pen that doesn't work. Right
Yeah, I'd be
there.
bending all kinds of crap up if I get one of them.
I,
I'll
I'm, I'm
wrap
not
there.
real, I'm not real good with it, but once you get the hang of it, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is kind of fun. I do like it. It looks so nice and crisp and clean when you're done.
Yeah, yeah.
You can take a really crappy area,
Hmm.
and as long as it's all cleaned up and structurally sound underneath, you don't really care. Just so it's all
Right.
good and structural, and then you wrap it all in metal, and it looks so nice and clean and perfect.
Well, that's what I did with my house. You get the windows have really no trim on them, so I did like a 3-inch trim around all the windows. And then I did a freeze board on top and wrapped all that with aluminum and wrapped all the doors and stuff. It was pretty cool.
I can bend like door that what's that called? Brick mold.
The brick mold, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I can
did
bend
the
the brick mold.
yeah, I did. See what I did with my brick mold is I filled in the brick mold that it's got the little dip in it. So I filled that in and I made it a 3-inch wide.
Nice.
So it kind of matched the windows that way instead of doing the brick
Right.
mold. But the brick mold looks cool too.
Yeah, I
If you
did
don't,
mine only because all the windows and everything was brick mold in my house.
right?
So I just went over whatever was. But once that was the learning on when I did the front. It took me a while to bend all that. But then once I figured it out, by the time I got on the last three sides from the first side, then I just ripped and tore through it.
My and this is a kind of inside thing, and nobody else is going to get this other than maybe you because you've done some brake work. Is I did a jam wrap. The first door I did a jam wrap. I did it all in one piece. That's a mistake. It's
Yeah,
doable, but it's really hard.
right. But you know
Well,
what? That's real. That
oh
looks
my
really
god,
nice when you're done.
it does look nice, but you
Yeah,
don't
it
need.
does.
It's way too much work,
Right.
and it's hard to do on a brake.
Well, I'd be all right if
So,
I score a break. I'd be tickled, you guys. I'd be in heaven. I'd run right up. I'd go tomorrow. I'd leave in the morning.
Well,
right.
it's one of those things. Like for me, I've always wanted to have one around, but the problem is you got to store it too at the same time, right?
Yeah, it's a bitch.
Right. Right. That's it.
But
Hmm.
I got enough workbench. I'm going to mount. I got a 30-incher. I got a 30-inch brake that I bought, and for smaller stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Butch,
And
do you have an enclosed trailer for your tools?
Not yet.
Boy, I'll tell you,
I'm actually investing in one here probably in the
uh,
next few months.
life changer. Get one you can stand up in,
Yeah.
and it'll change your life.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
because
wanted one forever, because it was just like heaping tools in the back of my truck when I do some of these projects. And then you'd have to
right.
unload and load and unload. And I got this
I
trailer I
know.
got now. It's why I bought that new Legend. I got a 18, what is it, 8x18 Legend for the four wheelers and stuff. And I thought, well, I'll get rid of the little trailer. Well, now I'm thinking about taking the little trailer and moving it down into just a job trailer.
Right. Put all your tools in it. Just
Right.
hook up and go.
Yep.
See,
Throw the generator. I mean, we don't even have to have power. We'll bring it with us.
well,
Right.
I've never really had much of a need for a trailer, but I don't have a topper, or I don't have a topper or a cover over my back of my truck, and that sucks. But
You
see,
know,
I've
if you,
never hauled that much.
yeah, they make some pretty nice rollout systems, like and just put a tunnel cover on your truck, and then they roll right into the back of your truck and roll right out.
Yeah, I know, but with the toolbox, it kind of sucks. So I'd have to either, you don't want to roll it up to your toolbox either.
No.
Nah, but then when you can just hook onto the trailer and there you
That's
go.
Yeah, and I've got room to park a trailer. I'd like to get a trailer I could pull into my garage, but I only put 10-foot high or 8-foot high doors in, and you're not going to get that with the stand-up trailer. So,
No, it's going to be about
No.
10, 11.
right.
Yeah. No, I got a dual axle 12-foot with a tall gate, open bed
That's
trailer.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I run one of those pallets on. I pick up those 12-foot pallets, and they don't. The inside dimensions of the bed of the trailer is not 12 foot. So, those 12-foot pallets. Yeah, I get one of them sits up on the row bar that's been welded all around the outside. It's got the top 2.5-inch row bar as the top bar for the trailer. So it's actually really nice.
That's kind of what I'm looking for, is like a 12-foot trailer with kind of that V front, so I can get
Yeah.
a 12-foot sheetrock in it.
Yeah, that's what I've got right now. That's what I'm
You know, I don't
7
want
by
anything
12.
because I don't want to haul anything that big around.
Right.
It's a pain in the ass to back a trailer into my yard because it goes uphill and you lose sight of it.
Yeah.
As it flattens out, you can't see the trailer anymore.
So I was going to sell that one. And then it's just, I've used it so much that, because I thought, oh, I'll get a new trailer and then I'll just sell this one and I'll put the money towards the new one. Well, then I got the new one, and then I just and I used the old one just as much as I ever did.
For the longest time, I wanted to build a trailer because I know a guy who does welding and stuff. And I do carpentry, so we're going to build trailers. And I wanted to have one, I could have a trailer fish house, and that would be my job van trailer too at the same time. But you can't multi-purpose something that much, I don't think. Once
You'd have to keep it pretty basic and stripped for the ice house.
Right. Yeah. And then you throw your four-wheeler and stuff in there. And
right.
Then you've got to have shelving for your tools and all that. It just doesn't work to try and utilize something that much.
Very good. You're not the only disabled person in our group, bud. That's right.
I don't know. Oh, I know. I'm missing kind of some of that.
So yeah. I've had my entire left elbow completely rebuilt from scratch.
What?
I had my left elbow rebuilt.
Oh, no shit.
I got it crushed. Yeah.
Oh shit! So you're part cyborg?
Yeah, they told me that's why they told me I can't go back anymore. They wouldn't let me climb. Like, well, if I can't climb, I'm not coming back.
Right.
So I was like, okay, write me a check and I'll leave. That's kind of how it worked out.
Write me a check and a doctor's note for the disability and goodbye.
Yeah, they took care of all that. So I worked out like I was talking to Canoe. And I told him, I said, with that injury, you kind of really don't have to do a lot. They'll do most of the paperwork for you. There won't be a whole lot of things for him to fill. I mean, a little bit. Name, address, social security number, shit like that. But otherwise, he don't have. They do all that.
Right. Yep. So yeah, it's looking like he bruised internally bruised the mug.
How many times did you get turned down? I know that you tried to sign up for Social Security. right, Ruiz?
disability, right?
Yeah, and they can't. How many times did you do that? Just the once?
Twice.
Okay, it takes
I
three
never.
times.
I re,
Takes
I
three
re,
times.
well, I
Just
resubmitted it the second time and never heard anything back from them ever.
I'd go resubmit it again right away because it's the third time. It's no, okay. That's how it works. Me with, I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
I mean, I had specialists. I literally had my left arm rebuilt, and they denied me three times. And I wanted to go back to work. They wouldn't let me. I didn't have a fucking choice.
Is that
Right.
disability you're talking about? Social
Yeah,
Security disability?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I actually looked into that because of my wife's death. Well, can I collect her Social Security? And everyone was telling me no, not until she would have reached uh, retirement age. It's like,
You
well,
might be able to at retirement age. You'd probably get half of it.
that's possible. Yeah,
So keep that in mind. You might get half of her retirement
just got to wait a
or her
few.
disability.
Not only a couple years though, really.
Yeah.
She was 59, so she would have been 60 this year. So
And they might, you might get it. They might, I don't know what it isn't 65. So
no, I think it's 62 at partial or whatever, but
yeah,
could
so
be.
you might,
Yeah, and looking for every dime I can get.
right. Well, you paid it in, bud.
Well, she did. Well,
Yeah.
actually, we both did, I suppose. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you can't pay in that long and not get anything back.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Freaking,
Well.
it seems like a daily fight lately. I've been just starting to go through all this stuff, trying to, trying to transfer stuff over, and it's just a freaking headache. I swear.
Yeah.
You wonder if it's worth it, but I mean, look at the benefit from the end is, but it's like we got to fight this, and we need to have this notarized, and you need a proof of this and that. And
Right.
I
Right.
don't mean to be so general, but it's just frustrating, and
Right. It is.
it's not just one place. I've got to deal with this and this and this and this, and then I've got two houses that I have to change or take her name off of, and taxes and all that.
Just procedural shit. Yeah.
Just take your time and go do it one step at a time. Do what you can that day.
And that's part of
Don't
why
worry about two or three down the road. Just whatever you can do today.
I'm on vacation to deal with
Right.
stuff because I waited 6 months now to do it, and figured now's a good time to do it.
Right. Yeah. You might want to check your mortgage and make sure that the insurance on your mortgage. Did you have life insurance on your mortgage?
No, and that's fine. I didn't need that. I owe so little on that it's not that big a deal.
Oh,
Right.
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 No, it's just simple, straightforward mortgage. I pay my taxes and insurance separately. So
Right. Well, when I had my houses, I always did the life insurance clause on there. So if something happened to me or
well,
my spouse,
you
it
know,
was paid off. Right.
I have no life insurance, but I don't expect to die, but neither did she. So it's one of those
Right.
things. She didn't have life insurance either.
Yeah.
Well, I've always been a little attentive to that because I have been dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
The truth is, though, Butch, that's what most people do. Most people's life savings is in their home, and
Yeah,
Right.
it isn't sitting in a pile of cash in the bank.
No,
right.
mine was a pile of sticks on a piece of property until
Right.
they took it away from me. Yeah. I had $60,000 worth of equity, and that was without current market valuation. I was there for 14 years.
Fire in the low of that.
Yeah, that's
I
what they
think
do. They're ruthless fuckers. I'm telling you,
Yep.
that's what they do. I'm telling you too. Go down and sign up a second time and make sure that second time paper got through, and then they're going to send paper to you and they're going to deny you. Then go do it.
Yeah.
Do it a third time, and it might even be worth your wait because right now you're getting nothing. Right? Zero, zilch, nothing.
Right.
So it might be worth your wait or worth your time to go get a Social Security lawyer. And they work on most of the Social Security lawyers have a set fee, like they can only get 4,000 or 5,000. I think mine was 4. They can only get a certain amount of money, no matter how much you get from Social Security. They can only get 4,000, and it's backed up.
Right.
It'll go back to when you first filed.
Yeah, but they got a limit on that now. You can only
Yeah,
go back
it's like 3 years.
3 years, 2 or 3
Right.
years.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
But
But
yeah,
it's still, by the time you pay that off and you get the rest of you still come out way ahead, and they deal with it then. And you aren't getting nothing now. So go see what one of them tell you. They'll talk to you for free.
right.
They don't charge you you don't have to pay for a consult.
Now you get paid when you get a check. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I will. Yeah.
My sister warned me when I got busted up. I thought she was full of shit. She said they're going to come at you because they've done it. They've dealt with it through her husband a couple of times. And I told her, I said, oh no, I got hurt at work. I mean, there was no disputing where I got injured at or what happened. She said, no, you watch. They're going to. And boy, they did too.
Well, I had a commander at the local VFW that was up at the through the local VFW. One of the commanders was helping me with the Social Security disability, VA disability set.
Did you get that?
No, they utterly turned me away. And Social Security, they just dumped it onto Social Security, and then turn around and Social Security. I went and seen their doctor and all that stuff, and he says, "Yeah, we understand you have restrictions on your ability and what you can do, but we don't feel it's bad enough not to do the things you've been trained to do." I was like, "Death isn't bad enough for you fuckers? What the hell?"
Yeah, that's how they are.
Wow.
But I also know of a guy that busted his shoulder up in a car accident and kind of worked with a gimp for years. And then he kind of slipped off a roof one time and didn't even go down hard, just kind of stumbled off a ladder on his way down. Didn't even go down hard or nothing. And he blamed I wasn't involved. He told me all about it. And he blamed it on the contractor, and they had to, I mean, it was a big deal. And it was for an injury so they run into that. These insurance companies and stuff, they run into that so much that they just don't give. It doesn't matter how legitimate your case is. They're going to screw you as much as they possibly can until the very end.
Right. Yeah.
The fuckers they'd left me under a bridge. I wouldn't have had family at one time. I would have been under a bridge.
Oh no, too.
Yeah. In the end, they had to fess up. In the end, they like I told that one when I walked out in the end, that one big smart ass guy that was always like he intimidated when he walked in the room. So when it was all said and done and the settlement was reached and it was a done deal, the papers were signed, I was walking out. I said, dude, you pissed down your leg really bad on this one. And he looked at me, what? I said, you pissed all down your legs on this one. What do you mean? I said, if you would have treated me decent from the beginning, we never would have got to this point.
Right.
Hey, Sing, you're going to have to show me those panties you're telling me about. I'm keeping up with you guys. Anyway, sorry to.
No, I was getting ready to say I'm gonna go ahead and hit the hay, guys. It's like midnight here.
Yeah, it is fucking late as fuck.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock where you are.
Right, 12 o'clock here.
So.
Well, hey, I took an afternoon nap, so I'm kind of screwed up. So I'll let you guys.
Now the guy that was managing, he's already pretty much quit because his car gave out or something. So.
Well, I'm gonna step away for a minute. I'll be right back, but I gotta let dogs in.
Okay, cool, man. Do that.
Sounds like you have an opportunity, Jason.
Yeah, at least if nothing else, a really good stepping stone for right now.
Right.
Do you do DoorDash or what? You're always in your car.
Part time with the DoorDash. I'm doing like this guy just left management at a position I used to work, so it was a pretty good time for me to get out of driving full time. This shit wears me out, wears my car out. But if you're just doing it part time for a few hours, you get you 60, $80, maybe 100. Then on tips, just in a few hours, you do it pretty good.
Like grocery and running money.
Right.
Yeah, take a load off.
Because your taxes from working your regular job are going to pay off anything that Uber would cause. It'll offset that, so
I
you'll
get a
actually
lot.
still have money back. Maybe not quite as much, but I do get money back even when I work part time. Because I was doing this, I was already managing and doing a little bit of Uber, but it wasn't quite the same. It's interesting because the store hours for the management and the mall is open an hour late and they close 1 or 2 hours early. So it makes it easier for me to stay out and get a little extra bread. It just really, it's weird how it works. Because if you work 5 hours of Uber, you can get almost as much as you get all day sometimes because it gets slow and then it gets busy. At nighttime is a really good time when it gets pretty busy.
No, you're doing it right. Get a full-time job and then get a gig going on the side for extra money.
Yeah, and I could do something else, honestly. Driving in a, I don't know. It's decent. Like you just cannot rely on it. It's way better than picking up people. I delivered to a hospital earlier, and they pretty much let me meet you out there. I'm not going to wear a mask. They've all got masks on, like a bunch of creeps. But I don't wear a mask anywhere. I'll come up in that hospital. I'll tell them, look, I'll sign a waiver that says I don't care if I get fucking sick and die. I'm not wearing a fucking mask.
That's exactly what I do, Jason. Hats off to you, bud. I walked right through that shit. Everything I've stepped, they've bumped, every single bit of that they've ever put in front of me, I walked right through it.
Most of the time when people
Sir, you need a mask. No.
They'll see my 1776 hat and my Free American hat, and they just say, okay. Most people will give me a cheers even when I'm wearing my Trump One shirt or something. People will be like, oh, hell yeah. So we got a lot of people in Tennessee way better.
I've always thought that what we're dealing with here is a real minority.
Kind of, I want to say awake, but just still dead asleep watching their media, playing their games. What's up?
I've always thought it was a real. I don't think we're dealing with the numbers that you hear on TV that it's half the population, half the population. Okay, first thing is that's the media telling you too. What else? What exactly? What do they tell? Have they been telling us the truth about? So then why would they be telling us the truth about that? That's my way of thinking. That's just a common sense carpenter's way of thinking. So I figured I figured it's somewhere around 6 or 8% of the population. Well, 6 or 8% of. I'm thinking actually, I just say 6 or 8. I'm thinking about 3 or 4. But 4% of the population of 300 and whatever million is, what is that? 12, 13, 14 million people we have to deal with. They can 13, 14 million people can create a ruckus. So I've never half the population, my ass. I'm in blue state, Minnesota. Ask Butch. I'm in a blue state. I go nowhere. You see masks once in a while here and there. We're not like that.
Not a blue state, run by blue state people.
Right. But that's my point is that, like I think Minnesota went red, actually.
Most of it, but.
Well, I think it was that when you voted, did you vote on a machine? When I did. I had to hand my ticket in, went to a machine in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that machine right there is the algorithm set up on that machine.
Yeah.
This is a fact. And then what I like is they're acting like that. Oh, it's this time. It's this time. No, it's not this time. This has been going on for how did the people stay in office out in California for 40 years? These just conniving, shady, thieving, lying criminals stay in office for that. Well, they're stealing the elections, you guys.
It's the population centers that control the voting most of the time. And Minnesota's destroyed by very few counties. And it's been that way as long as I can remember.
You got the Twin Cities, and you got the Arrowhead region up there.
Yeah, when to Rochester, Duluth.
Yeah, Rochester sucks.
Portions, But you look at the county by county state, it's mostly red, it's mostly red.
Oh, sure it is. But we're on the. I think they won Minnesota.
It's the population centers that screw up. That's where all the handouts are, in the population centers, and they vote to keep that in place.
Right.
In my simple mind, that's the way I see it.
I just listened to that. Mike Lindell explains it, and he explains how the algorithms work. And he explained it all, how it worked. Like, everybody said, "Oh, that was a complete flop." What he said was a complete flop because they messed around with him a lot during that thing. It wasn't a flop, you guys. He proved two things that stuck out, and I'm not a complete moron about technical stuff, and he proved two things to me. One is that it could be hooked up to the internet. He proved that because that's illegal. It can't be hooked up to the internet. Right. So he proved that it could be hooked up to the internet, and he proved it was hooked up to the internet. So he proved the two things.
He's got that big fight going on with Dominion, and I don't know where that's going to end up. But
I would think the truth that at some point when Discovery comes.
Yeah. I didn't trust the election either. So
no, I didn't one bit.
And Mike Lindell was on my show the other day. He was going to give me a promo code Deerbutch, but he never called me back.
Was it the real Mike Lindell?
His name was the real Mike Lindell.
I know. I wish I knew it was him for sure. I seen him on there.
I think he was.
But you never know, I think he's pretty cool. I mean, he stuck his head right out, boy.
I do. I like Mike Lindell. I still don't have any of his pillows, but if he supported my show, I definitely would buy a bunch of pillows, slippers, sheets. I'd have everything. Come on, Mike Lindell. Come on,
right. I'd say anybody who's risked their reputation or their monetary gain at all like that, and doing a good entrepreneurial job that got him out of the gutter. I mean, anyone who disses him is just already, to me, like, that says something about that person.
You remember Hawk? You know Hawk, right? He buys the dog beds from My Pillow.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, they've shut him off on all them big algorithms. They shut him down on all these big sites like YouTube and whatever.
Oh, no.
Well, when they shut him down, his business grew so big that he had to put a whole nother shift on. He was working two shifts. He had a morning and an afternoon shift. And he had to put a night shift on.
And they pulled his pillows from Kohl's and everything.
Yeah. When they did all that, his business blew up.
Because half the country believes in what he's saying.
Right. Well, he proved it.
Pissed off enough to just say, we're going to go buy Mike Lindell pillows, and I don't even need a pillow, but I'm going to go buy one just to screw you.
Right.
Right.
I got the towels. I got that towel set that they're regularly $109. They always have them on sale for $39 or $49 or whatever it is.
Towels. Right. Are they really good towels? I need
really good. They're very high quality.
When you grab a towel and you go to dry off, and it just like pushes the water around. It doesn't.
Just the towel. It says.
No, these are nice.
Oh.
And then I haven't, but a lot of people have those Giza sheets, and they think them things are just the shit, boy. I guess.
Yeah, they are.
I've heard that, and I don't know. I've never seen them, but I've heard it.
You mean shit like good or really just shit?
No, they're really good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah.
I mean, like super high quality.
Super nice. I actually have a set of them.
They come from the geek
on my bed, and it almost it almost feels like when I'm getting in bed, it almost feels like cross between satin and flannel. It's
That's
kind of
nice.
I bet it keeps
I
you
agree.
calm.
Yeah, it's nice.
Probably pretty cool on your body, man.
Also, yeah. I don't end up sweating against the sheets and stuff like that. Even when
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Now I want to order a bunch of stuff, but I'm waiting for my own promo code. So
Well, if you get that promo code, let me know. I'll go through you too. So
Yeah.
we'll give your, we'll build up your points.
I think I'm too
Yeah.
small. I'm too small time for that. So I have an in though. The real Mike Lindell was on my show. He said he was the real Mike Lindell. Should I believe him or not? Or can just anyone make up that name?
Maybe somebody made up that name there.
Yeah, but you'd never know though.
Yeah.
Well, he never
I
did
wouldn't
call.
count on it. I would figure he wasn't, but
Nah,
People are strange when you're a stranger.
cut his
It's
sister
get
out.
ugly
When
when
you're
you're
alone.
I support Mike Lindell wherever he is.
Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring her down. Thank
Glad.
you for a wonderful show tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us.
when you're strange.
yep. Thank you very much.
Thanks for letting us on. Emerald.
You
Nice
know
one.
it, man. Wouldn't be the same without you. Rock on.
Long as I'm
And
on vacation, man.
God bless you all. Huckleberry, Singularity, Max, Miriam, Zoom,
Thanks,
Bruce,
everyone in the chat. Yeah.
yep, Jason, Butch, and everybody else. I don't, Singularity,
Mark, Max, I mean, sing. Yeah, I think I hit
Wild Bill.
mute on myself. I'm muting this.
Yep. God. Yeah. Dream well, Patriot. I will see you tomorrow.
Cheers, everybody. Stay dry out there.
Hey, stay dry and have faith.
Yes, sir.
You know, brothers. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.